Hello and welcome. It's me, Miles44, and I'm back with another Cardfight Vanguard Cray Online deck profile. Today's deck profile is the Monarch who leads the Liberators to victory. Liberator Monarch Sanctuary Sanctuary Alfred. Alfredo sauce. Yeah, so he's got some nice Alfredo sauce on him. But yeah, so that is today's deck profile. We'll be on the new Alfred with the release of BT15. I meant to do this recording sooner, but I apologize that I didn't get it up for the Friday that it came out. I know it's a few days late, but it's not a big deal. I wanted to just get it done sooner so I could get my Let's Plays back on track faster. But anywho, so yeah, let's just jump right into this deck. So our starter will be Yearning Liberator Arum. I believe Yearning is wrong. It's Cray Online doing its stuff again. So it's something Liberator Arum. I think Arum is the right name. From now on, I'll have in the description it'll already say the proper name for the deck list. So if there is a mistake and you can't find the card, just look at the deck list from now on. That's basically the fix, because I always copy it from the actual Cardfight website. Anyways, so if you don't know what he does, you put it in your soul, and if you have a grade 3 or greater Gold Balin Vanguard, search your deck for one card named Barcgal Liberator, shuffle your deck, and then put it on top. So he's good for setting up Barcgal Liberator for a bunch of your cards in your deck, because there are quite a few cards. There are like 3 cards that benefit off of it, but they're very, very big benefits. Like huge. So it's really important. And just a great card for this deck. Alright, moving on to grade 3. So 4, Liberator Monarch Sanctuary. Oh, okay, that's not it. Alfredo sauce. So if you don't know what he does, Counterblast 3, Soul Blast 2, and you put all your rear guards and all your locked cards on top of your deck in any order, and then look at the top 5 cards from the top of your deck, search up to 5 cards with Liberator in their card name, and then call them separate open rear guards. Yeah. So basically, you could use this limit break twice, because when you put Arum into the soul, and if you don't want to start with Monarch Sanctuary Alfred, so you have another grade 3 to start first. So because of that, you'll have 4 cards in the soul, and there's damage and flippers in the decks too. So you'll be able to limit break twice, which is really nice. If you get the proper chance. But yeah. So you also have some other skills. Ultimate break. When a card named Barcgal Liberator is placed on your rear guard from your deck, this unit gets plus 10,000 plus 1 critical until end of turn. So very, very strong. For that late end game push. And he just sorry, that was the dog in the background. I don't know if you heard that. He was like but yeah, so it's really, really beneficial, and it gives you a lot of pluses, and it gives you a few pluses, and it gives you a lot of pressure. That's what this deck is about. And then he has one more skill, which is during your turn, this unit gets power plus 1,000 for each of your Gold Balin and rear guards. So it's not 2,000 like the normal Alfred or Ezel, because then that'd just be broken. He'd be getting, 10k for all the rear guards. So, essentially, with a 7k booster, which they're all 7k except for the starter, you'll be swinging for 33 with an extra critical. So it's very, very strong, very powerful, very pressure heavy, and it's just an incredible card. In my opinion, I think it is the best grade 3 coming out of BT15. I mean, Omega Glendios is Omega Glendios, but in my opinion, I prefer this guy. I'm not big on Gold Paladins. Like, I like them, but I'm not the best with them. But this deck is a deck I love. Yeah. So let's move on to our other grade 3s. So 4, Liberator of Bonds, Gancelot Zenith. Everybody knows what he does, of course. I'm gonna do a deck profile on him, of course. I I meant to sooner, but everybody should know what he does. If you don't, just wait till my Zenith deck profile comes out or go read the description. Anywho, I shouldn't be talking about that. Anyways, so the reason you want to play Zenith is because the break ride, it doesn't work with the deck because the cards go back on top of your deck when you limit break. So the break ride doesn't work with Alfred. The other Alfred isn't good because he uses up too many counterblasts for Monarch, to use his. And since you might be able to use Monarchs twice, that is if you ride it first, probably. But with Zenith, basically the whole idea is to set up your field and to basically to set up your field and pressure before Monarch Alfred comes in. Because you pressure with those 10k powered up columns, and then it helps you set up your field because you want certain cards to put back sometimes. Like there are some grade 1s that are nice, like Bruno and Balin, and same with the grade 2s like Balin and of course, Blaster Blade Liberator. I mean, if you Superior Call Blaster Blade Liberator early on, it actually is really beneficial to pressure more. Maybe get a damage unflipped. Maybe get another rear guard powered up. But Blaster Blade Liberator is better with Monarch Alfred. But the big thing is, it just helps you set up your field, helps you pressure early on before Monarch Alfred, and that's basically why it works really well with the deck. It gives that pressure. It gives that big pressure setup sense with the deck, which is really good at. Moving on to grade 2s, we have 4 Blaster Blade Liberator. So key cards in the deck because of the fact that a lot of cards benefit off of Blaster Blade Liberator, and I like how that works in this deck because of the fact that because it's like that. It means that the avatar of Gold Paladins, the avatar of Liberators, gets to be, the key card in the deck. And that's why I really, really like this deck as well, because it uses the avatar of Liberators as the key card. So it's another reason why I really enjoy the deck too. And it just, you have to play 4. You can't play any less. And then we have 4 Liberator of Royalty Balan. 12k beaters. Really handy, helpful if you Superior Call it with Zenith, or just have it in general. You get it to swing, and then put it to the bottom of the deck, so you can go get a 4th attacking, because the 4th attack is always really beneficial to you. But if you don't have it, it's not such a huge deal, because that's not what this deck focuses on, but it is really handy to have. And then we have 2 Liberator Star Rain Trumpeter. Now, if you don't know what this card does, you choose a card named Blaster Blade Liberator from your solar drop zone, put it on top of your deck, and when this unit is placed on rear guard, if you have a Gold Paladin Vanguard, and you paid the cost, shuffle your deck, look at the top card of your deck, and Superior Call Gold Paladin. So it's basically what it is it's basically a free plus if you have a Blaster Blade Liberator in your soul or in your drop zone. Most of the time I like to use it when it's in the drop zone because I want to, save the cards in my soul for my Alfred. In case, I have enough to do it a second time or something, depending. Maybe I used all 5 counterblasts, then I won't need to save it up because maybe I use like 2 with Zenith. Got no heal triggers yet. But yeah, so it all depends. I like playing 2 because you want 1 every game because you never know what can happen. But more than that is just too much, and it's kind of a card. It's not bad. It's a good card because it gives you a free plus by putting Blaster Blade in the deck, which is a key card to call out, which is really, really helpful. But I only like playing 2 because you really only want 1 per game. You don't want any more than that, and it's a good card to help you get a plus early on before you get Monarch Alfred. So it helps you get a plus early. And then we also have 2 Red Rainbow Liberator Balin, not Balan. So if you don't know what this card does, when Blaster Blade Liberator is placed on rear guard, and you have a Vanguard with Liberator, its card name, this unit gets power plus 5,000. So it can be very, very big for pressure. Actually, I think every single time I haven't gotten Bruno when I use Monarch Alfred. I've gotten Balin. So it keeps up the pressure on that and everything, and it's just a really important card to have. I like playing 2 because the Bruno is a lot more important, and you don't need to overly have too many of these guys, and the other cards are just more important. But 2 is perfectly fine with me. I feel you don't need to play any more than that. And yeah, 2 is just perfectly fine. Good pressure cards, and if you get it early on with Zenith Limit Break, it's nice. Like if you get a Blaster Blade and you have him on the rear guard, it's really nice. So there's that too. Alright, moving on to grade 1. So we have 4 Igraine Liberator Bruno. Everybody knows what he does, and when used with Monarch Alfred right, if he gets put at the top of the deck, he's a 19k booster. So that's pretty terrifying, especially what if you have Balin, who becomes, 14 on its own, boosted by like a 7k or something. But yeah, it's very, very threatening, especially with, as well, Alfred. He gets the 10 in a crit if it's ultimate break, if you're 5 damage. So that's all 3 columns, kind of big numbers. So it's really, really good in the deck. Can't play any less than 4 because you want to try and get them as much as you can. Even maybe if it's not at the top of the deck, if it's like the 3rd card, it still gets to be like a 13k boost. So it's really good. And then we have 3 Halo Liberator Mark. So 3 Perfect Guard and 1 Sword Formation Liberator Igraine. So 1 Quintet Wall. Pretty standard Perfect Guard Quintet Wall lineup. And then we have 3 White Rainbow Liberator Balan. So what he does is if you don't know what he does, when a Blaster Blade Liberator is called to your rear guard from your deck, you get to unflip a card. That's basically what he does. So he's really handy. Gets you more, gets you unflips. Helps use your Monarch a second time if you can, or maybe if you want to just ride back into Zenith and pressure with Zenith, that's good too. So that's really handy. Just kind of do it like that. And then we also have, but yeah, they're really important cards to have. Actually, if you Superior Call Blaster Blade early on, you could just unflip the Zenith you use. So that's pretty handy too, right? And finally, we have 2 Barcgal Liberator. Now with Barcgal Liberator, I was thinking about this, and I prefer the Barcgal Liberator. That's me. I was thinking of either playing 2 Marin, and I'm kind of debating on it because I look at it and think, okay, the Barcgal Liberator is more pluses for you, so, it's really nice because you can get some pluses, do some intercepts before you ride at Monarch, just do that kind of stuff, and then everybody's kind of going to want to guard this behind Blaster Blade. Since you have 4 in the deck, playing 2 Barcgal Liberators is pretty good. But on another note, I thought about it and thought, well, you get a plus from Star Rain if you get the Blaster Blade in the drop zone or the soul and put it back. But the big reason why I prefer playing this is it keeps like the synergy of the deck, like the consistency of the deck well, because you either get Barcgal Liberator or you get the Star Rain skill off. So it still gets you that early plus to the field, which is really, really nice. And neither of them are pay a cost. So it's really, really nice. That's why I prefer it like that. I thought about playing 2 Marin instead because, handy with Zenith for the 4th attack and just nice 10k beater, but I prefer the Barcgal Liberator for the, extra plus, extra superior call, which is always really important in Liberators. And so let's move on to our triggers. So we have 4 Liberator of Hope Epona. So 4 Strike Liberator, 8 crit. 4 Armament Liberator Gwydion, 4 draw, and 4 Elixir Liberator, 4 heal. So standard holy! Everybody heard that, right? That voice crack? Standard trigger lineup. But yeah, this is an amazing deck. Great pressure, great pluses, great everything. Hard deck to beat to be honest. And just a fantastic deck. I love it. Anywho, so thank you guys for joining me in this deck profile. Sorry. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember to like and comment and go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. The deck list will be down in the description below, so all the proper names and such, if they were incorrect. And so my Twitter, Skype, and Facebook, you can go and check those out. And I'll see you guys next time.